We're live everywhere. All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City with a weird sun hit me everywhere. With me as always is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
Happy Super Bowl Sunday, my friend. I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna go for whoever I end up making a nice parlay with. I don't, you know what I mean? It's one of those like care about.
Wait, isn't a parlay like getting three things going? It's just two. This is the final game, isn't it? Like, or can you do anything like who wins?
Oh, you can do prop bets. Yeah, dude. You got to get into this. You got to develop a slightly unhealthy addiction to sports gambling. It makes football so much more fun.
No. Okay, I'm just because I'm stupid. I thought that a parlay was like, oh, if the Seahawks cover and the Rams win, like it was across teams. I didn't know you could do. Yeah, I didn't know you could break it down to like if a player does this and a team does. Okay, I didn't know.
Oh yeah. You can make an insane parlay on one game to where it's like they're going to win either money line or the spread or whatever. You can do like this player's going to score this many touchdowns. This player's going to get this many yards.
Okay.
This is going to be the first player to score a touchdown. There's all kinds of shit. You can go like, you can bet on this is the team that's going to be winning after the first quarter. I mean, you can really go nuts with this.
Well, I like money, so I don't bet on shit. Hey, Rich, and he's on the Seahawks. Val made it, and hello, Solar.
But I will now in defense of DraftKings or Caesar Sportsbook, the one I love that I'm doing free fucking plugs for this.
Yeah, we don't get anything for this.
Vultures, yeah. But if it's a game you don't give a shit about, you can just make a crazy parlay with like $5, right? But there's all these different things, and it's like, dude, if all these happen, I'll have generational wealth. You know, like if these players hit,
and if they don't, you lost $5.
Yeah, I was gonna run up a $50 bar tab anyway. Who gives a fuck? I was gonna tip more than $5 on this goddamn thing.
See, I wasn't going to run up a bar tab. We're going to a bar. I don't know. It was someone rented out a room. So, yeah. All right. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be good.
Yeah.
And
I would say it makes UFC a lot of fun too, man. You know, you bet on all the early prelims and stuff like that. You just make a big crazy parlay for like $10-$20. And if your shit hits, you can sometimes win hundreds, sometimes over 1,000.
Are you going to throw in a bet on something about the halftime show? Like how many viewers drop and jump to fucking Kid Rock, or how many viewers, like which one wins? Are you going to, is Fox the only thing broadcasting the Kid Rock thing? Who's broadcasting that?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I'm assuming it's going to be on Fox, but even then, you might have to go to one of the more obscure right wing. You might have to go to some Newsmax, some OAN, something like that. Well, I don't know who's putting up money, like booking that Kid Rock thing. Going, hey, people will ignore the Super Bowl for this, right? You know, the biggest fucking viewer event in the is it the world or
it's the world? No, World Cup. World Cup is the biggest in the world, but it is worldwide. It is the second biggest behind the World Cup. Cricket is probably making inroads, but it is still good. Well,
cricket. Who watches cricket? Just stop.
Indians.
You got to either go
and Pakistani,
baseball or you got to go. Yeah, it's a terrible game. Terrible game. Either go baseball or football. What do you think?
I honestly don't fucking understand cricket, but nobody does. All right, you ready to jump into the biggest story of the week?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Winter Olympic skier and American Horror Story star Gus Kenworthy urinates fuck ice in snow. Gus Kenworthy, a freestyle skier who will compete for Team Great Britain, Green Bay, talking football, Great Britain, it says GB, at the 2026 Winter Olympics after defecting from Team USA, urinated a political message in the snow. It said, fuck ice in yellow scrawl. He later admitted it was urine. Bull fucking shit. I have peed in the snow a million times. That is fucking AI Photoshop. Nobody pees. That is better handwriting than I have. That fuck ice, there is no way he pissed that. That is complete bullshit. Nobody can piss writing that well. That's fucking fake.
And sometimes you just want to believe. It's the Olympics. It's a magical time. You know what I mean? I'd like to hope that, yeah, you can't piss fuck ice in the snow perfectly. You're not an Olympic athlete, my friend. These people hold themselves to a higher physical standard. They've got discipline. I would like to think that he just sat there on top of that mountain with like 3 gallons of water and was like, nah, I messed up the eye on this one. It bleeds into the sea. Got to start again. And he's just chugging. And that's like if you go up there, it's like, whoa, it's like 17 different fuck ices looking like that. All the different versions of the lady in the Alien movie. You know?
Oh, right. Yeah. Number 4.
Yeah, number 4. When she goes in there, they're all going, kill me.
Yeah.
And it's the failed clones of her. I think there's failed piss fuck ices at the top of that hill. And he just did like the 17th one.
All right. I'm going to back off my saying it's AI and Photoshop because I didn't notice this before. You look at the fucking left ski. First of all, he's in his skis. So, I mean, he's a skier, so he can balance better. But so he's
I love that we're going full on Zapruder film on this.
Well, look at the left ski. He's sponsored by Monster. He took yellow neon Monster and poured very carefully fuck ice. He got down and poured fuck ice. That is neon green. That's not even yellow. That's green Monster drink. That's not piss. I'll back off the Photoshop, but that is not piss. It's Monster. He took his sponsor.
I disagree. Not only will I keep backing him, I'll back Monster. This makes me piss beautifully. It makes me piss accurately. It makes me. I can throw shading on fuck ice. I can make it look like 3D block letters if I really take the time. If I've really had enough Monster, I can go wild with it. I will paint the Sistine Chapel in piss if I've had enough of these things.
Well, I love, if you scroll down, my favorite part of the story is ironically not the fact that he said he pissed in snow, but my favorite part is he will not be censured for breaking rules that prohibit athletes from making political remarks because he posted his views on social media. If he was on the podium and did a raised fist or yelled fuck ice, he'd get in trouble. But
saying, now, I don't follow the Olympics as much. So what you're saying is he can't whip his dick out at the podium and then just F-U-C-K space I-C-E. Like he can't just whip it out and piss like that because that would be heroic, honestly. Like if he whipped it out right there just to prove you wrong, just to prove one of us on this podcast right and the other one wrong. If at the podium, he did like Eminem did when he was rapping in that arcade where they go, no, it's not sped up. And then he did. He needs to at the podium, pull his dick out and piss fuck ice in like right there as his national anthem's playing and everything.
He, by the way, I love how the first thing I said was I read that he will be competing for Team GB, Great Britain. That's what after defecting from Team USA. Then you get to the bottom and it's like right here at the bottom. He won silver at Sochi in 2014 and represented Team USA in 2018, but he switched it to Great Britain in 2022. Great Britain. It's not like this is a new thing. It's not like, oh, fuck ice, I'm going to England. He did it. He did it 4 years ago. This is not he's just,
so was this guy, I'm confused. Was he born here or was he born in England? Does he have like dual citizenship? Or?
He must have. I think people can just fucking, join a team. I don't know, but he was one of the first extreme sports stars to come out as gay and counts Ryan Reynolds among his Instagram followers. He recently said here we go, Jake, this is on you. He was so moved, quote, by heated rivalries depiction of closeted queer athletes. So there's a shout out to your show.
Hell yeah, dude. And I would like to think that the dudes on Heated Rivalry could also piss perfect letter messages in the snow if they wanted to,
Probably. Oh, I missed a bunch of stuff. Topic of today, we're talking about pissing in snow. And hello, by the way,
it's been a heated debate.
Oh, are you making Todd is betting on the Super Bowl that Erica Kirk is gonna show her Adam's apple? No.
Here's the thing. I will bet against it because if there was any rumors whatsoever that could be backed up in any way that Erica Kirk was trans, by golly, Candace Owens would be on top of it. If Candace Owens ain't even calling her trans, she's not trans.
Oh. Monster makes Jake hyper. Monster. I mean, right. I generally drink Celsius, but I don't have one right now. I'm going to take one later when I only got like 2 hours sleep. This has nothing.
His snow urine messages will be completely illegible. He's not drinking the right stuff.
Well, this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm tired because I had a couple hours sleep. I drove home from a gig last night. I actually had a great corporate gig. It wasn't a stuffy, just sort of like we hired a comedian and they just sit there. It was great. But I had a thought. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm pissed at my Apple Watch right now. I got up this morning. I played pickleball for 3 hours, burned 1,500 calories, and my Apple Watch said, "Hey, off to a great start. Keep it going." Go fuck yourself. Keep it going. Yeah. Every muscle in my body hurts. I'm about to cramp up. Keep it going.
Yeah, I don't need any condescending comments from the fucking AI robots attached to my arm. If you're gonna take over Skynet style, you do it without the crappy little comments.
Yes. All right, let's jump to the smallest story of the week. Sometimes if a story slips through the cracks like Lewis Black on Back in Black and Daily Show, we try and get very small stories that no one is talking about. And this week, that small story was, I guess, Trump posted something racist on Truth Social, a video with the Obamas. I heard
it's not really
a little about it. No.
Momentum on the news. No one's really talking about it.
Here's my favorite part of it. Where was I got that? Where's the other link? GOP breaks with Trump White House. There was another one I had. I can't find it. It was Tim Scott. Tim Scott, who has been a fucking brown-nosing bootlicker, nonstop said, "I hope this isn't real." Really? You hope the guy that has just done nothing but racist shit nonstop, you hope that he didn't tweet out something depicting the Obamas at apes.
This isn't the Trump I know.
Delusional fucking bootlicker. All he's done is fucking stuck a tongue up Trump's ass. But I love where this is going. How first the path of the White House first is like, oh, it's just a joke, whatever, get over it. And then it got deleted. And now they're pretending he wasn't supposed to retweet it. He just meant to like it because that's so much better. Hey, look, it's racist. I mean, that's just, but here's the part I don't understand.
I didn't share Nazi propaganda. I only Zeke-hiled and then went about the rest of my day. I didn't mean to hit the retweet.
Here's what I don't understand. And Jake, I'm going to turn it over to you. Why are people A, surprised, or B, outraged? This is who he is. It's just like, oh yeah, he's tweeting something racist and he's attacking the Obamas. It should be water off a duck's back at this point. This is what he does. Why is everybody so pissed? Tim Scott can fuck off with his fake outrage.
I think this is he's catching so much heat over this. He might release the Epstein files completely unredacted just to distract people. You know, he might put out there a video of him having his way with a 15-year-old just to get people to quit talking about this crazy Obama post.
Oh, that would be funny.
Well, what got me the most about this is the bad damage control. To me, seems a little bit crazier than even posting the damn thing. Because did you watch the actual video he posted? I sent it. I texted it to you. Did you?
I got home. I didn't have time.
Okay, here's the thing. Most of that video is about like it's like election fraud propaganda. You know,
okay.
It's talking about, and then there's another video where it's got his like Obama and Michelle Obama's heads.
On the apes.
Things. Yeah, and that's like just cut into the end, like the last couple seconds or whatever. If you blink, you kind of missed it. If you look away for 1 second or you repost it before watching the end of the video, and you can tell it seemed to be a screen grab because the watermark that's on the rest of the thing talking about election fraud goes away, and it's a completely different thing where they're singing the song from the Lion King.
Yeah, they said, oh, he was trying to show, and then everybody pointed out there were no apes in Lion King, you know, like.
Well, right, yeah, and I saw there's another video that thing actually came from where it's got a bunch of the Democrats with different heads on different animals and stuff like that, and so it's like, you know, I don't know how he didn't come out right away and just go, yeah, hey, man, I just watched the first 55 seconds of this minute-long video and missed. Yeah, that is, even if that's bullshit, even if that's complete bullshit, that is the correct lie. If I am the dude in charge of making lies for this guy, that's what I'm going with. That might even be the truth, man. If you watch the video, it's just in the last second or so, but he's not apologizing. He had Caroline Leavitt come out the next morning and go, oh no, it's you don't understand, it's from the Lion King. And it's like, what do you, that's not the point. Like, I don't care what cartoon you made the racist fucking thing out of. Like, that's irrelevant, right? Like, that you should just go with, hey, I didn't see it. It's at the last couple seconds of a video that had nothing to do with that. I missed it. I was looking away. I was doing presidential things, like trying to figure out how to invade Greenland. Well, and I missed the end of the thing. Like, that's what you go with.
You don't even have to say that, because I had that thought too. We are talking about the most ADHD, does not read briefings. We've known this for years.
He probably just went cabinet meetings. We've seen him do it.
As literally
on TV.
I'm not the way to go is he saw election fraud, hit retweet, and moved on. But but still.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't come up with it, that they still tried to, like, oh, we can't admit that he's wrong in any way, that he's maybe slipping mentally. I think that's another kind of big thing. They're worried about him slipping mentally. They'd rather go, oh no, this racist thing he posted isn't actually racist. And it's like, dude, that's not the way to argue this. You got to argue like he didn't see the end of it. That's not that crazy. If you watched the thing, it's like, yeah, if he hit retweet before seeing the very end of this video, that's feasible, you know. But the fact that they did not do that right, it took them a whole day to respond with it. It's like, no, that is the correct response, but you got to do it right away. You can't for 12 hours go, nah, it's not racist. It's like, it absolutely is. Just say you didn't see it.
I don't have an example like at the top of my head, but I know for a fact that whenever I post a video, there will eventually be someone that tries to say something in a comment that I already covered in the video. Like, if the video is 1 minute long, they'll bitch about something in the first 30 seconds that I qualified in the last 30 seconds. Like, fucking House of Cards was a great show, but fuck Kevin Spacey for being whatever. And they'll go, House of Cards, fuck Kevin Spacey. And it's like, I kind of got to that point, you know, like people. So what you're saying is absolutely true. We're dealing with an ADHD president who's just fucking raged with hate. All he does is talk about election fraud. Maybe he did it that way. But the whole point is, here's the thing. Even if he knew it was there, he would have retweeted it. He would have cleared it. He would have given it a thumbs up, because that's who he is. He would have just expected it to be funny and everybody to lick his balls like they do. I don't think if he had seen it.
He did see it and he did think that. I don't know. I'm just saying the correct response, if you're trying to backpedal, is I didn't see it. I don't know, if he was the one specifically telling them not to do the obvious answer for, backpedaling, but that for some reason, that to me, the shitty cover up is worse than him retweeting the thing in the first place, especially if you can, reasonably say, I didn't see the end of the video.
It's worse than him retweeting it because, like I said, this is who he is. Like, when I saw it, I'm like, oh that's that. The fact, the whole thing that I started this conversation with was, fuck you, Tim Scott, for your fake outrage. Oh, I hope this is fake, because fuck you. This is who he is. You can't pretend to be offended now all these years later. I mean, going back to when he was taken to court for with rent and black people in New York, through the Central Park Five, to the nonstop rumors, and I wish someone would have released a tape of him dropping the N-bomb on The Apprentice. It's this is not new.
Right, yeah, but another thing is he's kind of slipping mentally, and I know I've kind of mentioned this on here before, but like when I was around my grandfather a lot, when he got Alzheimer's really bad, the first
good days, bad days
is you have good days, you have bad days, but the first thing that really goes for them, and this is true with a lot of Alzheimer's people, not always, but their social filters tend to, so stuff like this, even if he saw it, that might have been like in a fun little group chat that he's got with Stephen Miller and other Nazis, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seth and the boys, and he just sends it to them. But now he's like, the world's got to see this. This is hilarious. Yeah. Their heads are on apes, for Christ's sake. I can't not let the people see this. So, I mean, that is, and there's a certain amount of stuff that you hear him say, you hear him do. It's like, this is a sloppy version of who he's always kind of been, and he'll just kind of say things, whereas before it might have been a little more calculated.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. And It's funny because the Democrats, such pieces of shit, they're such hypocrites that they propped up Biden as he was slipping, and that's what led to Trump. And now the Republicans are propping up Trump. It's like nobody will take on the figurehead.
Everybody's trying to point and be like, our guy's way more senile than your guy in his 80s, And it's like, well, guys, just maybe we get somebody a little younger. We not have this competition.
You would think.
But dude, even if he giving him the full benefit of the doubt of I didn't see the thing before I posted, it is very telling that in his social media feeds where he's getting his information, because the whole
this
thing
is the kind of shit that pops up. Yeah, this is who he follows. This is the algorithm feeding him, and he's like, "Ooh, like that's why." Because it happens again. I don't have it off the top of my head, but there have been times where someone's gotten in trouble, like they've retweeted something that they didn't realize was anti-Semitic. Then why is it in your feed? Like you are obviously there's something going on where you're in the midst of it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody gets weird shit in their feed from time to time, but it's very telling that there's enough of it in his feed that it's bleeding through randomly and stuff that he's retweeting when it just seems to be kind of pasted onto the end of some video that's got nothing to do with it. So this video, if you watch it, it's mostly about, look at all this election fraud in Georgia or whatever, but then this is on there, and it's like it's kind of telling that this is where he's getting his real information that the fake news media is not getting. Yeah, it's coming from racist trolls online.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Moving on. CBS pulls 60 Minutes episode slated to rerun during Super Bowl after new contributor Peter Attia is named in the Epstein files. The longevity influencer has apologized for his correspondence with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, but said he never witnessed illegal behavior. Here's the part I found. CBS is shelving a planned rerun of a 60-minute segment featuring wellness influencer. The reason they're shelving it is not because he was in the Epstein files. If it had been a piece that said, hey, this guy is a well-known fucking fraud, he sells bullshit supplements, he does not use peer-based reviews for anything, they would have aired it and said, oh, by the way, he also is a fucking pervert. But no, it was a fluff piece. Ooh, he's a longevity expert. And only now are they pulling it. If it had been this is why I don't like 60 Minutes. They run these fucking fluff pieces that really, they don't fucking say anything. They should have gone after this guy for being a fucking fraud, and they didn't, and now they feel the need to he's also a pervert. If they had run an actual news piece that said he fucking doesn't know what he's talking about, they would have just tagged on, P.S. he's also on the Epstein files, and they could have run it. To me, it's just an admittance that they're a fucking shitty news outlet. That's all I got out of it. Yeah,
they should have, you're right, they should have just pivoted. And now this is the story. We can do an attack ad now, guilt-free because he's on the Epstein list. They can't do it.
I follow a few doctors, and it's funny because these they talk at length about these longevity influencers. And do you know what actually lengthens people's lives? It's what your doctor tells you.
Energy drink.
Yes, that too.
Hell yeah.
It's what your doctor tells you every day. Not only go for a walk, eat fruits and vegetables, but things like the Clean Air Act and Clean Water Act and people extended their lives by years when Los Angeles cleaned up their smog more so than if they buy this guy's fucking, hey, you put this salve on your skin and it'll regenerate your skin. The doctors know what extends our lives. We just don't listen because it's easier to buy a supplement and a pill than it is to go for a fucking walk and eat a banana and a salad and, not smoke.
I could get some cardio in, switch my diet to mostly chicken and veggies, or I could twist this amethyst crystal up my ass and eat cheeseburgers, and the pounds would just fall off according to the guy selling the amethyst crystal.
That's how it works. Roy Cohn, a notorious New York lawyer and power broker, was the mentor who taught Donald Trump never admit he was wrong about. Oh, did you, Sophie? Was that in that movie? I mean, I didn't see the movie The Apprentice. Yeah, to counter, that's all he does. Is he does not. That's all he does is attack. Long as the days of Morley Safer, Ed Bradley, and Andy Rooney. Yes, it's 60 Minutes. We've talked about this. I think. Do you remember? I gave up on 60 Minutes years ago when they ran a piece on Larry the Cable Guy. but they treated him like a real person. They never said Larry the Cable Guy was created by Dan Whitney, a comedian out of Florida. He adopted this persona and he made millions of dollars, like.
So they're just sitting down doing a normal interview like, hi, what do you like? I like French fry potatoes.
They ran a piece. Wow, it was like they did a piece on Donald. What was Greg Giraldo during the roast said, who are we going to roast next? Donald Duck? I've never roasted a fictional character before. They treated 60 Minutes. I went back and I was so pissed. I'm like, it would be a good piece if they treated it like an origin story. Right. If they talked about he was this comedian, he developed a character, he got on the radio, it would be like treating I'm drawing a fucking who's the guy that sold coke in Michigan? Tim Allen. It'd be like treating Tim the Tool Guy as real, as if they brought him on like I'm Tim the Tool Guy, like from the TV show. If they had talked about
annoying fucking character in TV show history. Oh, I hated that show.
I never saw it. I never watched it.
Oh, I hate fucking.
But literally, that is when I gave up on 60 Minutes, because I'm like, if you are not going to point out that it is this straightforward, it was a profile of Larry the Cable Guy's life and his farm, and he walked around in costume and he kept his accent and talked like whatever. It was complete bullshit. And
it would be so much better if like you sat down the real guy who plays Larry the Cable Guy, and he's just like, yes, I studied at Oxford for years. I learned how to make my voice sound like simpletons from one of the colonies, and I put on camouflage pants, and I told little knock-knock jokes. And oh, did those fat Americans laugh and throw money at me. It's my greatest character I've ever performed.
That would be fucking awesome.
It'd be great. And then they go around his like mansion and it's a bunch of like fine art. And
he's got a real Picasso in there. He's got some sculptures. He's
wearing ascots, non-ironically. here's my wardrobe when I'm not playing that American Beast. I also wear a fat suit. I have a six-pack.
But honestly, that is one of the things I thought of when I saw this story about the fucking wellness influencer is it was a fluff piece, because they've got a little video of him in the gym and he's like, oh, you should do a pull-up, how to make your final decades. Fucking eat right and exercise, and you don't buy his amethyst crystals for your ass. If they had run an actual investigative piece talking about how he's a fucking fraud, they would have no problem with him being in the Epstein files. It would have made a great tag. This fraud sells you bullshit. Also, he's a pedo. Or if he wasn't a pedo, he was, on Pedo Island, the whole thing.
That's right.
But it's a fluff piece like, oh, this wellness influencer is going to tell you how to meditate and add 10 years to your life. Oh, shit, we got to pull the piece. Do your fucking journalism up front. You won't get stuck.
I get it. Like, if you've already shot the whole fluff piece, like maybe we twist it at the end.
Yeah.
And you've been fluff piecing the whole time. And you're just like, hey, real quick, what do you have to say about the allegations that you lost all the weight by taking diet pills? I found these in your locker. And you start pelting him with it. And then also you've been drinking the blood of kids to wash down the diet pills. That's how you've been doing it, right? The adrenochrome.
Oh my God. I just had a horrible thought. This is what a cheap, shallow, shitty person I am. I said that I gave up on 60 Minutes because of the bullshit they pulled with Larry the Cable Guy. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Insider, where they talk about the smoking thing that they pulled, where they were going to do the in-depth investigation of smoking and nicotine and addiction and how big tobacco was lying, but they pulled it to protect the interests of CBS that needed to make a sale. It's a great fucking movie. It's based off a factual article. I mean, it's dramatized.
Is it the one about the lobbyist?
No. It's where Russell Crowe plays one of the scientists. Yeah, thank you. He plays the scientist that turns, translates the internal documents for CBS News, and CBS News shits. CBS News has been fucking a fraud forever. And then they because when you said they should do a twist and add like, we found these diet
Bari Weiss
pills.
is turning it around. Don't worry. It's all factual information and no spins there.
But when you said that, it reminded me they did air now we're going to disguise this. But CBS News, fucking 60 Minutes can go fuck itself.
Dude, I know I've probably talked about this on here before. I got to find this. I've actually tried to find this video again and haven't been able to find it. But I remember seeing some documentary or something on just the anti-smoking sort of movement and a lot of the propaganda that was being used, by the cigarette companies to claim it was healthy. And there's a video out there of like, it's these two kind of youngish women that either go to Stanford or UCLA or teach there or something, right? They've been doing, they're on the news and they're presenting this study they've done on pregnant women who smoke. And they have this dude, he's like an old white guy in a suit, white hair, nice suit, looks like the guy from Mad Men. You know what I mean? And he's like the spokesman for the cigarette companies, or he's like a doctor for them, or, in quotes, doctor. You know what I mean? They go, yeah, we did studies and it turns out this is great. Pregnant women should smoke twice as much. He's doing that thing, right? And they're on there and they're just like, they're not like yelling at him, or they're just being very matter of fact. And they're going, yeah, actually, So we've done this study that shows that, pregnant women who smoke, their babies tend to be born, X percentage smaller than the women who don't smoke. We just want to know if you want to respond. And this guy, who you can tell has been just in the zone and just been able to fucking lie, he just riffs it and just looks at the camera, totally smooth and confident, and without a beat just goes, well, I know a lot of pregnant who'd prefer to give birth to a life baby.
That's what I was hoping he was going to say. That's why I crossed my fingers. That was the first thought I had is, well, what woman wouldn't like a smaller baby, not getting torn open, having a vaginus, when you're torn from your...
That's it. He looks right in the camera with his perfect haircut, his fancy suit, and just goes, I'm gonna earn this 7-figure salary I get from Philip Morris. Some women like giving birth to lighter babies. Boom! Game, set, match, UCLA bitches.
Drop that mic.
That's the funniest goddamn thing.
First, I sometimes, so there are two types of comedy. One is the ending you don't see coming and it surprises you. This is the one you saw me. I crossed my fingers. I'm like, please let him say underweight babies are easier to birth for the mom. He did. That's fucking beautiful.
It's great. You can tell this man has had an overinflated salary, just giving lies by doctors who work for the cigarette companies, and no one's questioned him at all. You know what I mean? But now he's got two actual scientists from a university who aren't bought out by the cigarette companies, and he's just like, what are you going to respond with? And just on the spot with and the best thing about it was the confidence, the arrogant. These it wasn't like he was in a corner going, oh well, what I think. Right. Honestly, if I had to give birth to, I would like maybe a lighter. He just the swag that this man had as he delivered that. Lots of women prefer to give weight to light babies.
He was Nick Naylor. He's Nick Naylor from Thank You for Smoking.
Yeah, no, he was
great fucking movie. I love
that guy.
Both. Now I want to watch The Insider. I've watched it within the past year.
I haven't seen The Insider.
Insider's great. There's one thing that pisses me off about The Insider. Russell Crowe ends up in North Carolina, and he is going to do something for Louisiana, and they're on a phone call, and it's nighttime in Louisiana, and he's a school teacher on a payphone in school during the day in North Carolina. I'm like, dipshits. North Carolina gets dark for it. Like they fucked up the time zones. And I'm just sitting there watching like, how did you fuck that up where he's in school during the day, but he's talking to someone and it's nighttime? God damn it, you idiots. It's just like, how do you make this great intelligent movie and fuck up time zones?
Right. Yeah. That's funny.
All right. I thought this was great. This actually got a nice bump. I didn't send you the right one. God damn it. I sent you a post. The first one I saw was someone saying, you know what? Once you translate Bad Bunny's lyrics, they are absolutely inappropriate for the Super Bowl. Like this one right here. Young ladies, I like them underage. Some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory. Oh, wait, that's not Bad Bunny. That's Kid Rock. It was a bait and switch. I just sent you the Kid Rock one. I love how Christians can be the evangelicals, the right wing can be so anti-pedophile until it's their team. And I'm not saying he's a pedo, but he's literally singing, even if it's a joke, even if he's like, I like him young. He's singing about statutory rape and saying it's mandatory. And that's the guy you're putting up at your Christian America First alternative halftime show.
Kid Rock, this was written years ago. It's a totally different time. This is 2002.
2001.
People looked at 2001. Yeah. I mean, people looked at this kind of thing different back in 2001.
Not that different. I mean, people. I remember there was a Winger song. She's only 17, and I'm just like, in my head going, hey, I'm 15, 16. That sounds about right. And then only did I get a little older and I go, wait a second, he's fucking 23, 20. Oh my God. Like once I got into my 20s and I started looking at high school girls, I'm like, oh, I'm in my 20s. I don't like high school girls. Wait a second. That fucking song was about him liking high school girls. Times were not that different.
Well, she was just 17.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That great fucking
18.
Saturday night.
Like 18. So like, that's fine. If you're 18,
yeah.
You're thinking about 17, that's fine. When you're 25, 32, it's just like, it's illegal.
What was that? I think it was somebody in the chat confirmed this. Wasn't it Will Ferrell in a Saturday Night Live skit where they started out with like, you're beautiful, 17. But then the songs just kept getting worse and worse.
And then I love at the end, they're like, they're making it like a best of album commercial. And they're like, order his classic songs from 1986, and they're like, wait, 1986? This is not long enough ago for what?
No. But then you could pull up Winger, and you're like, oh, it was that. But yeah, I mean, obviously,
the funniest thing about the Kid Rock song. Do you know where that song was from?
No,
that was from a kid's cartoon.
I was just gonna say, was it from a kid's movie?
The soundtrack of a kid's movie.
What happened to Orlando Jones?
Orlando Jones?
He was in Osmosis Jones. Orlando Jones, he was the 7-Up guy. He was in The Replacements with Keanu Reeves.
That's right.
And he fucking disappeared. He had his own. Holy shit. I worked on the Orlando Jones show when I lived in Los Angeles.
Oh, no shit.
He had a talk show for like 5 minutes. I was a PA. Cool. Yeah. He disappeared.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Oh, all right.
I think he's just getting ahead of those Epstein rumors. You know what I mean? We're going to find out Orlando Jones was down there.
Was it the Epstein file?
Hell yeah, dude.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says MAGA was, quote, all a lie and claims Trump is only, quote, serving big donors. No shit. In a new interview, the former Republican Congresswoman also suggested that baby boomers are the most brainwashed generation. God. I mean, I've really liked some of her interviews lately where she's saying the wool is off her eyes. So I don't want to pick on her too much because you can't, if someone says, wow, I've made mistakes, you can't we fucking told you. That's not how you respond to someone that made a mistake.
We're still going to need those people to vote in the midterms, guys. Maybe before we call them all dumb pieces of shit. We kind of like, hey,
I'm glad you're finally you're uncovering your eyes. But man, you talk about someone that was a full-throated like Tim Scott, but she got out early. She got out, what was it? What was it, the Epstein files that set her off, or... But she several months ago was like, she is finally...
There was like health insurance stuff.
Yeah, the health insurance. That was the big one.
Mainly the Epstein stuff, which is, I mean, good for her, man. Because, that is one of those where, I mean, he ran on, quote unquote, draining the swamp, and nothing says, I'm keeping the swamp full. Like, I'm going to redact all the names that were emailing Epstein.
Here's what I don't understand. I don't... And maybe you can explain it. Anybody can. I'm being serious here for a second. I'm not making jokes. I don't understand the disconnect between. I'm not a big fan of Elizabeth Warren. I like her. I don't have anything against her. But when you think you want to be for the common man, for the working man, for the blue collar, for middle America, what makes you go for the billionaire with a gold toilet over Elizabeth Warren?
Right.
That Marjorie, that's where I get confused, is why you signed up in the first place. I am so glad that you're backtracking and becoming a better person. But the idea that you look at Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and go, this Trump guy seems to have some ideas, and that Republican Party, they've always been for, lies about small government, but it makes no sense.
Well, but she's a rich business lady. Like, she owns like a chain of gyms. That's how she got.
Oh, is that what it? Stuff. So she wanted tax cuts and
a lady who is a gym chain millionaire from Georgia. I would expect her to be pretty right wing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. It just seems like the math tracks on that one.
And it is easy when you're in Georgia, when you're anywhere. They point at California and the red tape and that fucking train to nowhere that never the billions of spent. And it's like, yeah, this is what it's like when it's run by Democrats. And I get it because California just fucks themselves constantly. That train thing is the stupidest.
As somebody who lives in a super blue city, they do know how to waste some fucking money and jack up some fees for sure. Yeah. I will not defend Democrats on that one at all.
Yeah.
Like some of it's for shit that's important, sure, but they could probably do things a little more efficiently. Maybe less leaky buckets, less people just hanging around the state house, somehow getting a lot of that money in their pockets.
Somehow. All right, we got time for one more. I'm going to skip that one because it's no fun. I'm going to go to the screenshot I sent you. I didn't even think about this. You didn't say it. I didn't say it. I can't believe this is the first I'm reading of it. Hunter Biden is really the most ethical degenerate ever. No Epstein pedo shit. Hunter simply enjoys getting blazed out of his mind with consenting Latina sex workers of age. He's a proper American freak, a man of the people, honestly. And there was a response to, how come every VIP was in the Epstein files except for Hunter Biden?
Hell yeah.
He's not. He was buying prostitutes. He was buying full-grown women prostitutes, doing coke with them, getting strippers pregnant.
He was the only one in Washington banging women above 18.
Yes.
Turns out.
Yes.
All this monsters demonized this man.
Yeah, we didn't. We loved his pictures when they released his pictures. Yeah. We championed him. We told everybody, go look at those pictures.
Hunter Biden stand for a long time. 100%, dude. 100%. I would absolutely party with that guy. All you MAGA loving dudes. All you guys, you demonized Hunter Biden. Look at him. He's buying hookers and stuff. Well, your guy's a pedo.
Yeah.
At least this guy's banging women 18.
Coke and legal age is better.
You owe Hunter Biden a massive apology.
They do. I can't believe. Now, I say this a lot on this podcast. I can't believe that was bigger news. I can't believe that was bigger news. I can't believe Hunter Biden, that tweet didn't go big, and news organizations should have picked it up and said, yes, what we just did. You shit on Hunter Biden, but he was out there paying for it with consenting adults. And
and they've only released half the Epstein file. I bet we're going to find one. It's going to be an email from Epstein to Hunter Biden going like, hey, you want to come down to the island and hook up with some 15-year-olds? And he's going to be like, nah, bro. I'm banging age-appropriate women and smoking crack. Send it.
I mean, that was the thing. He doesn't even have to send it. All the pictures from his laptop were him. You talk about the pictures with the covered faces and all the billionaires. All the pictures were with Hunter. Fucking legal age women. Biden. New hero. Hunter Biden fucking.
He is defined by his unbridled lust for age-appropriate women, and that I feel should be his legacy. It's a lot better than the hypocrites who've been criticizing this man but still not releasing the Epstein files. You had no problem releasing Hunter Biden's laptop dick pics, all uncensored. Which, hey, good for them for that. But
which we enjoyed.
He's smoking crack. He's banging hookers. He's living his best life.
I looked at the Jennifer Lawrence leaked nudes. I looked at the Hunter Biden leaked nudes. I'm just an equal opportunity bad person looking at people's leaked private pictures. I will admit to it, but the Hunter Biden one stood up.
Marjorie Taylor Greene brought his dick pics with giant pictures of them blown up to congressional hearings. So, we can look at them. That's fine.
Todd's getting caught up. I can't believe you didn't talk about penis implants for skiers. Oh, yeah. We saw that. I saw that. Yeah, did you see that?
No.
Long jumping skiers are puffing up their penis because it makes them aerodynamic or something. It was this big thing they have. Yeah.
They're making their dicks shaped aerodynamically?
They put air in the pants and it makes the bulge bigger, but it also allows them to. It's just funny headlines is all. But yeah,
I think a big dick could slow you down while you're trying to go.
Well, it's air. It's
more drag.
They're not putting a Spinal Tap cucumber in there.
Okay.
All right, I have been
This man's got
Nathan.
3 poles out there. How's he doing this?
It's such a cheap, easy joke. 3 poles, but it's so good. It's so good. It's right there. 3 poles, 2, and yes. All right, I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com with links to everything. The books I write on Amazon. I call it a shirt store, but you can get sweatpants and hats and socks and stickers and magnets, everything. I have a special. My special, Unapologetic, on YouTube is at 95,000 views, 5,000 more, and I'll have 100,000 views on that thing. So if you haven't watched it, please go watch my special and put me over the 100,000 mark. Jake has been and remains and will always be Jake Vevra. You can find him on all social media at Jake, Vevera. He has a very funny special on YouTube, Unalived by Dog Pills. Go give that a view and a like, and share these links with your friends for these comedy specials because, hey, we are 2 nobodies just trying to make it in this big ocean of entertainment. And so any likes and shares you can give on our comedy specials, we would appreciate it. Go Seahawks. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Wombat, it's good to see you back. Richard, thank you. Thanks, Todd. Thank you, Solar. And don't see you often, Erie, so it's nice. And thanks, TikTok. If you commented, we didn't see it. But all right. Next week, Jake and I are going to have to work it out. We're going to be doing Sundays regularly from now on. I cannot make next Sunday, but moving forward after next week, this will be the normal time. Next week is bad for me. Yes. All right. Bye, everyone.
Hunter Biden skis with age-appropriate women using 3 poles.